Outlaws of Rock. That's us. Episode 344. That's the episode.
That's who's that character from that jail movie? What's that jail movie?
What jail movie? There's like a million jail movies.
Shawshank.
Oh, Shawshanks?
Can't see that
Shawshanks. Sham Shaps. It's Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
That movie was very good.
I had never seen it. My wife literally almost shot me in half with her fists.
It's an absolute treat.
I just didn't want to watch it.
It's heavy.
Yeah, that's probably why.
It is. It's dark, but it's so smart. It's like the movie The Sting. Did you ever see the movie The Sting?
That I think I actually did see a movie.
It's got that. School. It's got that that vibe. Like it's just got a feel good ending.
I just like the Academy Awards always show Tim Robbins and poop just coming out. Like I don't want to watch that.
Yeah,
that's feces.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta watch the movie and forget. He's good in it.
That's all that matters, right?
Yeah, like he's good in it.
Morgan Freeman.
He's always great.
Yeah, and he's the one who narrates. Right?
So it's good.
Yeah, you can't go wrong then.
No, man, and that just busted open his narration career.
Yeah, it's true.
Busted that shit open like a high school kegger.
Oh, damn.
Getting all over it.
You just broke the keg.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Surely broke the keg. Kick his ass.
Ooh. We got a track. Now, this track is a Psychopositive. Been playing them for a while. Great band. This is their new track. And red knee socks. First thing you think of is Catholic school. And that's exactly what you should think of.
Okay.
That's what you should, because that's what it's about.
That's good.
I think it came out today.
Feeling kind of creepy, but it's all right.
No, in a good way though. Not in a Britney Spears way.
Okay.
In a good way. In a good psychedelic New York rock way.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All like right. You're thinking of them. Yeah.
You're walking up the upper Miss.
Same people who did Gummy Bear. If you remember that one.
Yeah.
It was a big hit. It was on all of our charts.
Yeah. Trans Sister, right? Is the she's the lead of that, right?
She's one of the people in the band.
Right.
I don't know if they have a designated leader. I feel like lead singer.
Yeah.
I feel like they're like equal because of the name Psychopositive and the type of music they make.
Right. Okay. She's an iron worker, man. She she builds jewelry.
Dude, she does sweet. Yeah, she showed us like a blade that she made.
That's right.
You guys got to check that out.
Not just rings, but knives, blades.
With the crystal handle.
Amazing.
Yeah, you got to check that out.
So cool.
Very cool.
Julie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's check that out. And so great track. Psychopositive. Brand new tonight. And after that, I did a dramatic pause. A band that's new to the show.
Yeah.
Whereas Psychopositive has been on the show multiple times, and we love to have them. Norwegian Soft Kitten, Full Moon Raging.
Yeah.
It's everything you want it to be.
Yeah. Wow.
You're about to be in a double treats. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's play one more, and it'll be like an ice cream sandwich.
Shit, man.
And then The North Rocks with September Rain.
Well, that's pretty.
So you got Psychopositive, Red Knee Socks, Norwegian Soft Kitten, Full Moon Raging, and then The North Rocks with September Rain. I just made you an ice cream sandwich. Rock and roll ice cream sandwich. Whatever flavor's in your head is what it tastes like.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. That's what's cool about it.
Green Day wants September to end, but North Rocks wants you to accurately just have it rain. It should just rain. Well, it's raining in a lot of the country right now.
Yes. So. It's fall. First day of fall.
It's
hurricane. Yesterday.
Yeah. I think, what is it? Puerto Rico
they're getting bombarded. We're coming into the rainy season.
That's right.
Where the leaves are all weird.
I always like the name Fiona, but now I don't.
I know. Why'd they do that to Fiona Apple?
I know. What the fuck?
By the way, I was jamming found like the essential Fiona Apple.
You found the essential ones.
Yeah, it's really trippy. She did a lot of very, very, very trippy music later on in her career.
pretty damn heavy.
She is heavy.
She's heavier
She's
than-
an artist and she is heavy. And when you first saw her, you're like, oh, look at that little cute thing. How much depth does she have?
Yeah.
And she's like freaking a black hole of depth.
She's dark matter for sure. She'll whoop your ass.
She may. Check these tracks out.
lost in the castle. Deep in the nighttime, in closest blackness, down in the darkness, how it devours. The ravens come for me. Lifting disguises in closest blackness, thunderstorm rages, winds of a tempest, castle in morning. Now I see it in the distance. In spite of us, watching in silence, echoing backwards, voices are empty. Chamber in ruins, carry me deeper, sunless drifting in. Crown of repentance, halo of sorrow, wings of transgression, tangled religion, feeding the clockwork, asking too much of lies. Now I'm falling through the window, away from us, sinking through this blackened shadow. Calling out down in the darkness, how it devours. Ravens come for me. Fading away, what light begins to decay, and you're a stranger now. The light has faded away, a shadow all that remains, but you're with me somehow. Lost in the castle, deep in the nighttime, in closest blackness, down in the darkness, how it devours. The ravens come for me.
North Rocks with September Rain, Norwegian Soft Kitten with Full Moon Raging, and our buddy Psycho Positive with Red Knee Socks. Fire Follows with The Puppeteer is the track that we'll be playing for you next. And when we come back from it, it's Big Jim's wild card.
Standing in the heart of the devastation, looking up for evacuation. When they say I've cropped my strings, they'll call the puppeteer. Shot down by a generation, tongue-tied in a twisted nation. Fill the sky with every light you have. Just get me out of here. Are you watching now? Or are you still asleep? The virus has infected everything. How do we stop it now? The roots are in so deep. I feel it in the fucking air we breathe. They cannot see through careless eyes that nobody gets out alive. Standing in the heart of the devastation, looking up for evacuation. When they see I've cut my strings, they'll call a puppeteer. Shot down by a generation, tongue-tied in a twisted nation. Fill the sky with every light you have. And get me out of here. I know you feel it now, that itch you can't define. Yes, there's all nice torments in your mind. The lions up, the wolves withdrew. What the fuck did you hear? Now no one's here to fight for you. Standing in the heart of the devastation, looking up for evacuation. When they see I've cut my strings, they'll call a puppeteer. Shot down by a generation, tongue-tied in a twisted nation. Fill the sky with every light you have. And get me out of here. The devil himself understands. Just put the rope in their hand. They'll do the rest as we march on. The devil himself understands. Just put the rope in their hand. They'll do the rest as we march on. Standing in the heart of the devastation, looking up for evacuation. When they say I've cropped my strings, that wait, they're already here. Standing in the heart of the devastation, looking up for evacuation. When they see I've cropped my strings, they'll call the puppets, all the puppets. Tongue-tied in a twisted nation, fill the sky with every light you have. Get me out of here.
Fire Follows, The Puppeteer. Did I say follows last time?
Hmm?
I didn't say follows.
No, yeah, follows.
Okay,
I
good.
heard
I'm just
follows.
making sure.
No,
Then I
shit.
said it.
You
I
got
said it.
this. You're
We'll just
not-
leave that in. Let's leave that in.
You leave it in.
Leave it
can,
in.
You can edit, self-edit.
You know, you say a band's name wrong, it's not a good time.
Well, how many times did the guy, playing from, fucking local college radio station in the East Bay and up north,
A million.
go, he'd go like, Metallica.
Yeah.
No,
Every time.
every single time.
Yes.
Metallica. Thanks.
Yes. Why don't I don't show myself that type of grace?
I think you're doing fine.
We get this shit
Yeah.
right. Sometimes, honestly, it's my poor penmanship, and that I don't apologize
Yeah,
for.
see, well, you don't even have chicken scratch.
I'm tight. I write tight circles
You
and
write
what
tight.
have you.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I can't read it all the time.
I'm not gonna lie. I've tried to read your.
Sometimes it's hard for
air,
you.
It was hard.
Sometimes.
live. And we used to do the show very live.
It's all because I'm just trying to keep it a little disguised in case someone breaks into our lair. to try to bust us for playing all this sweet
So
rock music.
You just put like, what is that?
Try
Like
to
the
Da Vinci that shit,
Da
give it
Vinci
some
code.
code it up.
You coded. Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. So then later in future generations, they can find it and get a fucking one of those machines, the fucking what Enigma machines or whatever, and figure out my codes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, it's called something. I think it's someone's last name. I can't think of it.
Roxanne Stone. No.
Roxanne.
Give me your
Roxanne.
language.
Everybody's drinking that tonight.
Oh, Rosetta.
Rosetta Stone.
Is that what you mean? It shows all languages and you decipher.
Yeah,
Decipher
it's
stuff.
yeah, like when it was big in World War I or II, and it was like that's what they used to decipher it. That's what they'll need. Now everybody knows.
Shit.
Now I got to redo it all.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to the tank.
I got to redo it all.
Submarine.
Fire Follows, The Puppeteer. That was good. That was how that was all inspired. We're up to Big Jim's wild card.
I did a
Mhm.
little Sean Connery there.
The band is less. The song is Negative Authority, and it is on the heavier side, and I mean that in the best way possible. Big
Scared.
Jim would have dug it.
Scared.
Hey, my dad, Big Jim. What are Pantera's greatest hits? I don't know, Dad. I don't think they had
They
any.
were just literally like it always like released for a year, and your dad's already asking.
But he was like, what are their greatest hits? I'm like, did they even get to? I mean, we have to look it up. But did Pantera even get to a place where they were like, number 3 on the top 10 is Walk by Pantera?
You know what's funny is I think they're the only metal band that did.
With
Like
what?
Billboard.
We're looking it up. We're
yeah,
looking it up
yeah.
after. Big
Which
Jim's
is
wild
just
card.
funny you say that because I think you just self-consciously knew that. You knew it.
What?
They're on some sort of chart.
I got the one hit would have been the greatest hit. Everything
Sure.
else is
No, I
just
know what
like
you mean. Yeah.
like I said to him, I'm like, just get Vulgar Display of Power. That's what I said. I'm like, just get that one, you'll be
Yeah.
all right. But then that's not necessarily true.
No, but-
Cowboys from Hell's got good
But
shit.
you're right because it's like the bad of Michael Jackson's bad is vulgar display of power.
Or Thriller.
Yeah, you know, a good probably more
Michael
Thriller.
Jackson had many.
Yeah, he did.
He had like
did,
those
but,
two
like,
albums.
Every song was actually
Every single
a
song.
chartable song. Yeah.
I think that's true in the bad,
Yeah.
which wasn't even that great of a song.
No, awful. Compared. I love that.
Was Make a Change on that one?
Was that the one after?
I don't remember, but that's a good one. Gotta make it a change now. He just goes off on. He does so many Michael Jacksonisms on that one. What? You lost me, but I'm in.
That was
All I
cool.
need to know is I make a change. I'm making a change.
I think you're right because the one after was fucking white.
Yeah. Like Culkin with Macaulay Culkin
Yeah, Norm.
and Norm from
What the
Cheers.
fuck was Norm doing?
Ah, they hired him.
He was like a single dad in that music video.
They
make that kind of
probably,
weird-
well, you know, he was always making a statement, but
Yeah.
like he was probably, Culkin was already hanging out at the ranch doing the roller coasters and what have you.
Yeah, Culkin,
And
yeah.
so he was an easy one, but I bet you they paid Went. Wasn't that his name? George Went. Was that his name?
Oh, I hope. Yeah, George Went.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the T, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they paid him the Cheers money because he
Mm.
was on that show for a long time. So
Mr. Peterson, right? No, what was his name? Mr.
Peterson.
What was his name?
What did the mailman call him? Hey,
Hey, Normie.
no.
Hey, Norm. Hey, Normie. Yeah, that was great. Oh, and yeah, Norm. No, he was Norm. When they'd walk in, they'd all yell Norm.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, how you doing, Mr.
Right, Woody would call him.
Yeah, Mr. Whatever.
You're Mr. Woody.
And then he'd
You're
drop a
Mr.
liner. Then he'd drop a sick one like, it's a dog eat dog world and I'm wearing milk bone underwear. That was actually one he said. That
Well,
made me
Woody.
laugh so hard.
Yeah.
That show still holds up.
It does.
Big time.
Actually, because they never get weird and political.
No.
They always stand up for women, and Sam always gets yelled at.
Yep. And there's like they go with the old, like there's like the dumb dude,
Yeah. What?
the cocky athlete,
Yep.
the arrogant, well, when they do what's her face comes in. Christy Alley was
Oh,
great.
Amazing.
I
she's
actually liked
awesome.
her better
Way better.
because
That's
I
what
felt
I
like
knew.
she was pound for pound his equal.
Absolutely. As good an actor. Than anyone on that
Comedically.
show. Comedically.
Yeah.
She had the timing.
Shelley Long was great.
Yeah.
but-
I didn't believe her.
Come on.
Working
No.
at a fucking bar. I'm sorry. she would have been like just crying.
Mortified. Yeah. No, for real.
Yeah, because
She wouldn't be able to handle it.
Yeah, like Fraser Crane was.
Oh,
you know,
Frasier.
he was a sadistic maniac. He was a sociopath.
Oh, he was so good.
He was just hanging out. Cheers.
So good.
Yeah.
Mr. Peterson, that was his name. How's it going, Mr.
Hey,
Peterson?
how you doing, Mr. Peterson?
It's a doggy. Woody, it's a doggy dog world. I'm wearing milk bone underwear. Then he'd just sit there and they'd already have his half a beer poured.
Yeah,
They never got full
they
beers.
never had full because they knew it was just going to go back down, and they didn't want to risk the head because the fucking PAs would probably scream at them. Well, filling it back up, fucking.
It's all Hollywood.
Went. Go
It's all,
fuck
come
yourself.
on, Went. Les,
Wow.
Negative Authority. We went all around the block on that one. These guys are fucking great. Check them out. You can use this song for a lot of stuff. You could work out to it. You could, either way, it's getting you fired up,
Getting you back to the gym.
getting you back to the gym, doing mad reps,
Oh, look at that. That's so
mad
sad.
reps.
No one can see my arms. Okay, next.
We're not talking about it anymore. We're all right. We'll just pretend it's. Negative Authority was Big Jim's wild card. And we looked up Pantera, and their highest charting song was I'm Broken. And it went to 19. So there really was, I couldn't really tell my dad any hits. They had other songs that were in the top 100. You got Planet Caravan.
Which is crazy. That's from
Yeah.
Cowboys from Hell, isn't it?
I think so. 1994. No, it must have been
Oh.
from that same
Oh,
album.
Fucking Vulgar Display.
No, from uh
Oh, Far Beyond Drift.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I don't even remember that song in that. That's fucking crazy. Anyway.
and then Walk made it to 35, which that should have been a 1.
Yeah.
And then Mouth for War, weird,
yeah. I
made
mean,
it to 73. I didn't even remember that song being out as a single.
crazy song. Crazy song. But holy shit. Yeah, it's shocking to hear. So you like see that. You actually see that in like, you know.
As
Wow.
big as they are, like as big as that band is,
Yeah.
they never had a top 10 hit.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, that's still huge. Huge.
Yeah, it's still big. Yeah.
Still big.
They made a lot of money, those guys.
It's good stuff. Post Profit, We're All Monsters, Stunt Driver with Red Hood, and Killer Kings with Goodbye So Long right now. Check them out. Pantera didn't have a top 10.
that you want. Swaying your minds in a wordless debate. We like to say we're a perfect mistake. We came on the red road to murder or fame. The product is not what you think. Red road, truth be told. Red road, you can't control. Red road, map to home. Red road, casting gold. Red road, truth be told. Red road, you can't control. Red road, map to home. Red road, casting gold.
Who's that facing the mirror on the wall? I've seen that look too many times before, losing track of the hours and the days. Is this my fate, my future? This is my house, this is my chance to sing words that you never said to me. You must be kidding me, I can't control the way I feel. This is my house, this is my chance to bring memories that meant so much to me. Do I even stand a chance? I can't control the way I feel. I swear this house is haunted to the roots. I've seen faces hid behind guns ready to shoot. A door slams, a pin drops, not sure I am alone. Is this my fate, my future? Take me to the place I know I'll feel safe. Tell them all to let go and I'll be replaced. My mind's taking all control, so I'll play the game. Is this my fate, my future? This is my house, this is my chance to sing words that you never said to me. You must be kidding me, I can't control the way I feel. This is my house, this is my chance to bring memories that meant so much to me. Do I even stand a chance? I can't control the way I feel. I've been walking down this road for so long. Goodbye, so long. I've been screaming out so loud for so long. Goodbye, so long. I've been staring at these walls for so long. Goodbye, so long. I've been playing this game for so long. Take me to the place I know I'll feel safe. Tell them all to let go and I'll be replaced. My mind's taking all control, so I'll play the game. Is this my fate, my future? I've been walking down this road for so long. I've been screaming out so loud for so long. I've been staring at these walls for so long. Is this my fate, my future? My future, my future.
Yo, Killer Kings, Goodbye So Long, Stunt Driver, Red Hood, and Post Profit with We're All Monsters. It is a shame that they didn't have a top 10, but they're so big, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. You know,
Like
at this point-
Deftones, another one. We should look them up too next. Let's look them up next. Like Deftones, I wonder if they ever had a top 10 hit. If they did, it was Shove It.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because that's when new metal was huge, even though Deftones have far like transcended the new metal label. But like they like that was a pretty big one. I remember that being a big track.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. You know, they were huge. I mean, they still are, but like, it's crazy to. Yeah.
0 number ones. Oh, that's albums though. These are their
Right, yeah,
albums.
these are the albums.
So their album went to number 2. That's the highest they ever got up the charts. Pantera made it number 1 with that album, Far Beyond Driven.
Yeah. 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 It's wild to see that. Wow. What the fuck, man?
It's like it was so many kids or people were buying Far Beyond Driven that it made it to number 1, but the resistance of the radio stations to probably play a track as heavy as I'm Broken made it so it never really charted. I bet it didn't get the right amount of exposure.
You know, you're right. My own Shove It. It made, isn't that the Shove It, Shove It?
Yeah.
It made it. Yeah, it was a charting single from around the fur.
Yep.
Billboard Top 200, man.
Yeah, because I remember it made it to 29.
It's fucking huge.
Yeah. I remember it being, but like we're talking, that's the weird part. We're talking about the Deftones. We're talking about Pantera. These are huge bands that bands are like using them for inspiration, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't even have a top 10.
That's fucking crazy. You know, like
Cream rises to the
literally
top.
exactly. Literally the biggest bands in the world are still being like fought for to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's so hard for them. To a lot of bands, like they were saying, even like what was it? They were shocked. Fucking Dio was like,
Oh,
left
yeah.
out of Black Sabbath. Like you didn't include him.
I know.
How stupid is that?
It's weird because like the best way to know really, and that's why, you know, we're this underground rock show. It's what the people like is what really is going to be around forever. That's what it's about. People loved Deftones. People loved Pantera. People loved, you know, these certain Devo, not Devo, the band Devo. I was talking to someone earlier about it. Like, they had Whip It though, which was number 1 hit.
Yeah,
okay, so they're not the best example, but my point is these bands that people love are still around and still pulling huge crowds, and that's what it's about. It's what the people like. So Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, better listen to the people because that's who should go in, you know. And if they want a Dio,
Yeah.
and why wouldn't you? That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Heaven and Hell was written as a Black Sabbath album. What the fuck's going on?
I
there?
know.
You
I know. Homemade Ski Mask with Boogie Woogie.
It's been a while.
I know. And Slum Radio with Gonna Be a Riot right now. Outlaws of Rock. Slum Radio, Gonna Be a Riot. Homemade Ski Mask with Boogie Woogie. That is the end of the set list for this week. We will be back after this sponsored message.
Robbie's looking for some more. I'm a steamroller, baby, pushing through the promised land. Life demolished off cocktail with the cigar in my hand. Started through the ashes, dressed to kill, 'cause I can. Caravan, I'll riot. Who's Caravan, I'll riot. Destroy and go, not giving a damn. Track strip riot, new bomb style. The ballad of Bubba Helms. Living for the battles, not caring about the wars. Rocket launcher to a gunfight, kicking in them doors.
Dubs,
Yeah,
you properly hydrated.
yeah, it's bullshit now, man. I wish I had a beer.
We can get you one.
All right.
We'll make dreams come true.
Okay.
We're doing an interview.
Right now?
Yeah, we got
Oh,
Spencer.
there he is.
Spencer's here from Truce, and we're going to talk about, some things, and then we're going to play a track. It's going to be a good time. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Thanks so much for having me, man. Great to see you both for sure.
We dig your music a lot. I can tell some of your influences. I think, and I like all the bands. I can feel some rage in there. I can feel some tones in there. I can feel some
Huge.
Yeah, I can feel that heat. But it's not in any way, because I feel it's weird to say like to compare, because it isn't like, but I can tell that like when I make my ma's gravy, it's not the same sauce, right? But it is, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell I was influenced by that sauce. It's not the same gravy.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I feel
All right. But those are amazing bands. And you guys put your own spin on it. And I just really dig it. It's great stuff. So
thanks so much, man. I really appreciate that. And thank you guys for, giving bands like us a platform, man. That shit is not wasted on us whatsoever. So thank you both for the work you put in for sure.
To say it's our pleasure wouldn't even come close, because I get to I sit here and I smoke my bowl and I listen to all these amazing new bands, and it blows my fucking mind every single weekend. I've told so many artists that, but it is the honest to God truth that I every weekend I'm like, oh shit. Like I throw the pencil. I'm like, that's fucking, what the fuck band was that again? I got to listen to them for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And you're one of them. You guys are one of them.
Thanks.
So let's do a little thing we do called first vinyl, first tape, first CD. Now, the rules are it's supposed to be purchased with your money. But last week I had a realization that I was naming ones that my dad bought me. So I fucked up my own thing. But it's not for me. It's for you, Spencer. It's not for me. It's not about me. So what was the first vinyl? And it doesn't have to be like when you were like 10. I'm saying it could be like last year. What was the first vinyl you ever bought with your money?
First vinyl I ever bought was Beatles' White Album.
Oh, that may be the best one out of everything.
It is. And I have it, it played, and then I have it framed, and it just sits there because I no longer have a record player. But yeah, that was definitely the first one for me.
Oh, that's got My Guitar Gently Weeps on. Isn't that was that on that one?
Dude, I gotta say, I have this debate with people. Like, there's no question about the genius within the Beatles, but to me, to my ears, all the best tunes were George Harrison songs, man. And that's just me. That's my bias. But like, that's me. He
was the best Beatle. And I listen to George Harrison, like they have like, on the playlist things at the on Amazon Music or whatever. Mm-hmm. There's one called The Essential George Harrison. Mm-hmm. I listen to it all the time to mellow out. Whenever I'm feeling all fired, like kind of squirrely, kind of tense. Yeah. George Harrison. He's the dude, man. He just did something special. I don't know. Just the way he moved around the fretboard and kind of the phrasing that he did. I really don't think he gets enough play as an individual guitar player. I don't think he gets as much love as he actually deserves. But yeah, man, I couldn't agree with you more. The only song I ever bag on is I Got My Mind Set on You. But I was just making fun of a couple of weeks ago. I was making fun of all these guys who like were just absolute bangers in the like 60s and 70s. And then when they got in the 80s, they're like, let's just do a bunch of cocaine and make songs that kind of fucking blow.
And like in the Look Who's Talking soundtrack.
Well, that doesn't help it.
I know.
Like if you were a lawyer, I'd like to rest on it was in Look Who's Talking 3. It was just so like, I don't know. It just felt like it was everything in the 80s was so catchy that like they just tried to hook you. Like We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel. I'm like, it doesn't hold up. And you did start the fire, actually. Your generation really did start the fire. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Billy.
The White Album had, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Also, holy shit, Happiness is a Warm Gun.
Oh,
What a fucking album.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
You forget for a second,
It's huge, too. Like, wasn't that like a double one?
30 songs.
All right, let's go to the tape. Oh, God, Helter Skelter. Although I do think U2 had a better version of that.
Ooh.
Yeah, I could see that. I
don't say that a lot. The only guy who I think could do Beatles is Joe Cocker.
Yeah, honestly, Joe, man, aside from the Truce stuff, I play with Redmond, the guitarist in Truce. We do some cover shows around our area, and it's a means to live, right? And we do some Joe Cocker stuff, and it just kills, man. Like I don't know if you've seen Mad Dog with Soul. I don't know if you've seen the documentary on him, but it's fun. Dude, watch Mad Dog with Soul. It's his whole. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. I love that guy.
He was like he was like watching art.
Yeah.
Like he was just so into it that he's doing weird movements and almost, I mean, he's just absolutely, and his covers of the Beatles stuff, he gives it a whole different flair. It almost feels like they were like written for him.
No, I know what you mean, man. And he kind of had that all encompassing voice, like Mad Dog with Soul. Yes. I feel like it's name for that documentary because that's what he was. He was a mad dog, but it's like, you put a microphone in front of him and he just spoke everyone's language, man. There was just no not listening to that guy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Because With Little Help from My Friends, that's like one of my least favorite Beatles songs, but I love it when he sings it.
I completely agree with you. The Beatles version, that's like so kind of poppy and kind of bounces back and forth. And there's like that oboe lead in it and shit. And then like Joe Cocker comes in and it just comes in like.
Yeah.
And it's just like you hit a brick. Like it's amazing. Dude. It's
such his voice.
Yeah.
Like his voice in that just takes it to, it's almost like makes it a little bit more, it made way less poppy. Like way less. Like way.
But somehow more relatable. You know what I mean?
Because it's incredible. It was his voice. All right. What was the first tape? Could be a single. A single counts as a tape.
First
it
tape.
Could be an 8-track, but.
All my first from shows when I was young, when I was like 12, 13 stuff. But the first tape I ever bought was the first Foo Fighters record, the self-titled. That was the first. I think I was in like the 5th grade or the 6th grade when I bought that.
Was that Everlong was on there? And
I don't think Everlong was that one. That was,
that
I think
before that one?
Color and the Shape. That was the first one that Dave Grohl recorded completely himself. That one had oh, for goodness sake, the one with the Mentos music video.
I can't think of it either.
It had Big Me for All the Cows. It had all these weird songs that just Dave did. And that was the first one I remember spending my putting the garbage out money for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. You always remember the ones you buy yourself, unless you're me, then you forget.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? I don't know why I forgot which one. I honestly, I was like, I didn't buy that. My dad bought that for Christmas.
Yeah.
Man, I've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
You learn. You live and learn.
First Foo Fighters record, man. And I remember thinking, even at that age, why are the vocals so low on this album? I remember it was weird. And it was like, I don't know why they did that. I know that it wasn't exactly like a high def, high definition rig they mixed that thing on or whatever. But I don't know. I thought that was a great record. Good enough that it was really coming off of Nirvana. Obviously, I was like, oh my God, this is the drummer and playing guitar. I got to hear this, right?
Me too. So that's what I was thinking.
It stayed in the Sony Walkman for a long time.
Yeah, because I was like, I wonder if he's going to sound like Nirvana, and he didn't.
Yeah,
he didn't.
No.
It was way more funky than Nirvana.
It was. There was a lot of I think he was testing the waters in a lot of areas there, because there were some really low dynamic songs on that record, and then there was some like 10 out of 10 just ripping in your face driving songs that I thought were excellent too. And for him to do it all himself, I thought that was really cool. I thought that was kind of knew the backstory on it before the record had come out. My sister's a bit older than me, and she was really into our underground scene from where I'm from. And she kind of just had her fingers on the pulse of what was happening. So she kind of said, hey, did you hear that so-and-so is doing this record? I was like, what? So I went and got it, and it didn't disappoint, man. It's a great album.
Did you ever listen to Probot?
No.
That was like a side thing he did with a bunch of metal dudes. And
No
there's
way.
a song on it with Lemmy. Lemmy sings the lead and he's playing drums.
What?
I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, even the cover's real dope. It's this creepy ass robot. Get it,
Cool.
Probot. I think they only did one album, and it's just him with a bunch of gnarly heavy metal guys.
That's wicked. I'm definitely digging into that.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's another one that, just like you were saying, the same thing. I was like, Grohl did a side project with a bunch of crazy fucking heavy metal dudes. Yeah, I think the dude from Slayer's on there, Kerry King. Yeah, I think it's just, and it is 100% high octane, drag race of an album. It never slows down. It's just speed. Which
I love that.
Probably most of them are on, but
I'm gonna dig into that
point.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, give it a try. All right, what was the first CD?
Dude, I'm so proud of this one. Fucking Weird Al Yankovic, man, with fucking Amish Paradise on it, dude.
Come on, brilliant.
Can't make this shit up. Honestly, it came out and I was in right around the same time, 6th, 7th grade, something like that. And I just remember seeing the video for Amish Paradise, or Amish Paradise, and just being just dying with laughter at it. And I was like, I have to get this record. So I grabbed it. That's the first CD.
Dude's a mad genius.
He is a mad genius.
I was looking at the Samsung has all these different video channels, and the 80s one was on this morning. And his version of Our Love's in Jeopardy, that song I Lost on Jeopardy, was on there.
Yeah.
He matched it. He matched that song perfectly. It's so much, he's really a freaking amazing musician. And his lyrics are super clever.
Yeah.
Super.
You know what? I've always been amazed at the fact that he could recreate the actual kind of studio tones and the record tones off of things. You do it instrumental wise, he's getting the sounds.
Yes.
It's dude, from an engineering standpoint, from a production standpoint, I engineered and produced the Truce record. So just hearing that, I always respected the hell out of that. As soon as I got my feet wet in live sound and studio sound and shit, I was like, how the fuck did Weird Al do all that? Who's his guy behind the board, And then come to find out, sure, he had guys mix and master, but he was pretty much producing and engineering all that shit himself too.
Doesn't surprise me.
He's a genius, man.
Anybody who's rocking the accordion with that skill level is a mad genius. Because you just don't pick that fucking thing up. You know what
No.
I mean? Like there's not a huge demand for accordion players. Like Tommy Dorsey isn't touring anymore. Like there's
No.
no reason to have an accordion, but you pick it up and you master it. That's pretty badass. Even the
Yeah,
banjo. There's
Yeah.
a demand for the banjo.
Yeah.
Never.
No, I
Never,
hear it.
dude. Now you got to do that someday on
Yeah.
one track. You got to pipe in an accordion somehow.
That's no problem. You're giving me so many ideas between the Dave Grohl Lemmy band and now layering death metal guitars with accordion. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to break into a new fucking subgenre here at some point.
Oh, you're gonna literally, like, if you listen to that, you're gonna shit that Probot album. I pick it up every once in a while and just play it straight through because it's just such a ripper. Because he loves those bands.
Yeah.
You know, and there was that huge resurgence of like Motorhead and Lemmy right before he died.
Yeah.
And Grohl was right part of that, you know, just like he was part of the Tenacious D thing. Like he gets his feet in there. He's not, you know, he's a smart dude, smart guy.
Yeah.
You know,
He's a real deal, man. That's for sure.
so let's talk about Truce for a sec. Let's talk about what you guys first. We're gonna play Doomsayer.
Okay.
Right after the interview. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it for the people?
Doomsayer is a riff that I had for quite a long time, probably 3 or 4 years before I actually recorded the song. And the lyric content is really about somebody with like a negative narrative. And like, you know, we all have moments in life where we're going to get down on some shit. You know, life isn't fair. It's up and it's down and it's left and it's right. But it's like, you can choose what to take from that, you know, and people I find that are constantly kind of living in the negative narrative and speaking negatively about others or kind of playing a victim role in life. It's just, that'll become your identity if you're not careful, you know, and doomsay you all day through is the chorus. And it's just like, my energy can't stand that shit. And to be honest, that song was a bit of an X factor on the record. It was the last one that we recorded and it was kind of incomplete. And what I did was I recorded ghost guitars and sent them to our drummer, Dan Mills, and he recorded the drum parts for them. And when I got that song back, it was such a different song. And it literally pulled the lyrics right out of me just on what he did with the drums. And Dan has that ability. He does this thing where you send him ghost guitars and he sends you back a song that's 300% better with ideas that you just didn't even think of, you know? And so that's kind of the backstory on Doomsayer. What
was the moment when you were listening to these Doomsayer? What was the click that made you just get it was filling you up enough where you had to get it out artistically? Like was it just the general vibe? Because it is the general vibe right now that everybody's playing Who's the Biggest Victim. But like, was it a person? Was it like?
It was a person. It was somebody that I was involved with for quite a long time. Like her and I were together for quite a long period of time. And it was like towards the end of things, it just became completely apparent that no matter how much good or how much hope there was, that there was always going to be this kind of blanket of gray over everything. Mm-hmm. And I spent so much time with this person that I myself had become subdued. And what kind of broke us apart officially was me coming to the realization that this is where I'm going to stay if I allow myself to stay here.
Yes.
And when Danny sent it back, like it was just such a different song in my head. And when he sent it back, like I always write lyrics at the end. I write guitars and songs first, and I write lyrics at the end, kind of when I have to, you know? And then when he sent me that, it just like something happened, man. Like as soon as the drums kick in and the first riff, I was like, I know what this is going to be. I know exactly what this is going to be. So,
yeah, I went through a similar thing. It feels like you're walking around with like a lead blanket on.
Dude,
like it's just so heavy. Everything's so heavy.
Totally. And life is like that. Like we get dealt all kinds of shit, but it's like you can really pick your spots with that. Everything can be a lesson or it can be another pound on that fucking, you know, on that piece of metal carrying around. It's like, fuck that, man. Life's too short, you know?
Absolutely. Where's the big beers?
That's
the big beers? Drink your big beers, listen to some fucking rock and roll and laugh your fucking ass off. That's what you should do. That's what you should do. Because you're going to eat shit. There's no doubt about it. Like everybody's having a shit sandwich. There's no doubt. But no case your shit sandwich with a shot of tequila and some beer, maybe. I don't know. Not as a lifestyle, but just as an escape. You know what I mean? Like have fun with your friends. Go to live shows. Go to live shows and just feel the energy from the people around you and the band. That'll pick you up.
Absolutely.
It should.
I couldn't agree more, man. You're absolutely right. And, you know, like, I know the world has been a little bit of a different place the last couple of years, but it's like things are opening up and it's coming back, and people need to remember that that's still out there. You know,
Yes.
it's still there. And it's like so many people are so like-minded, and so many people are at shows now. It's so amazing to see music as a whole opening back up, seeing bands tour, seeing new records come out that aren't obvious like studio labor projects only. Like I'm seeing this new wave of like indie rock that's kind of coming out, this kind of like popular thing amongst, you know, the generation after me. And it's like, maybe it's not something I would like throw on and like go skating to, but like, man, it's awesome. And it's changed, and people are excited about those live shows and about those new subcultures. And it's fucking sick to see.
It really is. It's unbelievable. It makes you so happy, because if you're a fan of rock and roll and you see how it kind of really, it really went away kind of for a while, like as a mainstream thing. And I knew it wouldn't last, and it is coming up hard. And I see kids wearing punk rock shit, and it's the younger generation, the Gen Zers. They love it. They love it because they're rebelling against the stuff that now at this point, they're kind of their moms and dads or whatever were listening to the stuff that sucks now. Yeah. So they got to rebel against it, just like we did. You know, you don't listen to what your parents do unless it's a Beatles album. But I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to rebel, and rock and roll is the rebellion again. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super stoked to see kids picking up instruments left, right, and center. And like I said, like this new sound that's coming out, it's weird. There's like a little bit of everything in it, man. Like I'm hearing rap in it, and I'm hearing like 80s synths in it, and I'm hearing rock and roll, and I'm hearing like, it's just this complete mashup of sounds. And it's like, it's amazing to hear it. I'm so hopeful for it, because things felt pretty fucking stagnant there for a little while.
They did. It was weird. It was really weird. And now, like you said, they're studying everything.
Yeah.
They like the Sex Pistols and they like Nirvana.
Yep.
Like they're pulling from everywhere and making this amazing. Yeah, you're right. There's electronic in with it. Like they're just taken from everywhere, from new wave, from everything. Yep. And it's amazing. It really is amazing. But it's musicians doing music.
Well, that's it.
Auto tune. There's no.
That's right. That's right, man.
And that's a beauty.
The scene that I grew up in when I was young, like in my late teens, early 20s, and just wanted to fucking play as fast as I could and just be as good as I could and just sweat and fucking bleed at shows and pass out. Like that's all I wanted to fucking do, is just breathe in it. It was kind of like it was a metal scene, and it was like metalcore, like, you know, that kind of thing. And that I didn't realize that at the time was where I was from was a little bit of a closed-minded kind of thing, a little bit of a closed-minded scene. And it was like, if you came in with a Nirvana shirt, it was like, what the fuck are you wearing that for? And it's like, if you came in, you're like, man, did you guys ever heard the fucking Weezer's fucking, you heard this record? And they're like, I don't fucking care. You know? And it's like, it's so rad. Kids don't give a shit about that anymore. I love that it's just like the entire like blend of like, yeah, you know what? That is a great album. You know what? This new shit's rad too. And this fucking Joe Cocker song is amazing. And you're right. Fucking George Harrison songs rip. And the Deftones fucking rip too. And it's like, it's so refreshing to see. And I will say, like, I have 2 young children. My oldest is 12. And like seeing the way that they kind of operate within their social circle and things that they enjoy, there's not really a lot of judgment. Like when my day, it was so judgy.
Absolutely.
We fucking totem pole of like what was acceptable and what wasn't.
Absolutely, dude.
Nowadays, they're just like cool. It's like, if that guy's got a good vibe, he's in the fucking band. And I love that, man. I'm really happy to fucking see that. And it's translating to music, and it's beautiful, you know?
It really, really has come, because I remember like thinking around my buddies who were in like, you just love gnarly shit, that I never wanted to tell them that I thought that like Sarah McLachlan. And like, I fucking do, man. I fucking like Sarah McLachlan. I can't do much about it. That's the way it is. So, you know, really, what isn't to like? But I mean, I just remember thinking like, yeah, I better not let these guys know. Whereas like now I'd be like, yeah, like listen to Possession. It's dark as shit. You want to talk about a heavy song? The beat is heavy and the lyrics are terrifying. Yeah. Just getting stalked. Like it's fucked. Listen to it. You know what I mean? Like I always tell anybody, listen to those songs, because like heavy doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, it's Slayer. It heavy is all sorts of different. People can get dark, you know what I mean? And that's heavy music. It's just, it was clicky. It was clicky when we were young. Yeah, no, I hear you. And like I said, man, I'm just so happy to see that that's starting to go away. Me
I'm starting
too.
to, you know, it's such a cool thing. If you pay attention to like the younger kids and kind of what they're doing and what they're into, at least in this pocket of the world where I am right now, it just doesn't seem like there's much division. And it's like when we were growing up, like aside from the music thing, like there wasn't a big concentration on like depression and anxiety. They didn't really know what autism was. There wasn't such a and diagnosis on ADHD and all of its forms and all this shit. So like when I was in public school and I was coming up and loving bands like Green Day and like Bush and like Nirvana and that kind of thing, that sparked me when I heard distorted guitars, you know, there was kids like in the remedial class that just socially, you know, they had autism and they were just like geniuses in some areas of their life, but socially they were, you know, considered inept. And it's like, it's so amazing now that all that information is out there and that people are willing to understand these things and that the general rule of acceptance is just there now.
I know it's pretty great.
It's incredible, man. It's a great time to be alive, despite the post-COVID shit, despite the world as it might be in some people's eyes. Like I said, you know, there's no doomsaying over here, man. I'm pretty stoked on what's happening around the world.
Damn straight. I love the vibe. That's how I feel too. I can't wait to see what's next. That's the most exciting thing. What's going to be next? It's going to be fucking amazing. I've been preaching it for years and I feel it, or I wouldn't say it. I'm not trying to give false hope. I really feel it. So what do you guys got coming up next? Like where can people, and also tell us where they can buy the music, listen to the music.
We're on all the streaming platforms where you'd find us, Spotify, you know, YouTube, Apple Music, all the weird ones, you know, Shazam and like all the weird like sub ones that maybe not too Tidal and all that stuff. We're about to, I don't know if you've heard of the Motor League. They're a big deal here in Canada. And we're about to open for them on Saturday at a festival in Miramichi, which is about an hour north of Moncton. So we're super stoked for that. And then we have our Ontario Rip Trip, man. We're going from New Brunswick into Ontario to do 8 dates in 10 days. And that's like the Toronto, Brampton, Mississauga, Waterloo, the whole thing.
Oh, that's fun.
It's going to be sick. But we had a little bit of trouble like 2 days ago. Our bass player, Alex, pulled out of the tour. And then he pulled out of the festival. And then today, literally about an hour and a half ago, he pulled out of the band. So it was a progression of things. We wish Alex well, and we're very happy to say that we have our great friend and very accomplished musician Mason Wilkins filling in for him.
Oh, beautiful.
So we're very fortunate to have a fan and a friend in Mason. Enough, you know, he's such a competent player that he's picked it up already, and he's done a fantastic job. So we're stoked to get out there. A little bit of a curveball, but hey, man, that's what happens. You just roll with it, you know.
Yeah, who knows what it's going to inspire though? Like that type of shit is the stuff that, you know, what is the saying? It's not something that was done to you. It was something that was done for you. Like, you don't know, like this could be something, huge inspiration could come from a change like that. You know what I mean? You just don't know. It's an adventure.
You're absolutely right, man. It is an adventure and everything happens for a reason. And Mason, man, like, I don't know if you've heard some of the leads on the record. That's Redmond. Like, I'm the predominant songwriter in the band. Redmond is the lead guy, putting ideas and flavor and spots. Dan's just he's thunder and lightning on the drums, man. Like, and Mason's like that. Like, we sent Mason the record, or like, hey man, can you do this? He sent me back our single Holy Roller. And you would think that fucking Cliff Burton did it. Like the way he played and how comfortable he is, and just kind of the things he did for the song to improve it from where those parts were. It's exactly what you just said, man. It's kind of an honor to have him over now. Like it happened for a reason and it's happened in the right way.
And that's a great track too. People
Thanks.
Listen to that one too. Spencer, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Oh man, it was my pleasure. Thank you both so much for what you're doing for independent music and music as a whole. We appreciate you guys to no end. And thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we'll have you on again and we'll talk about more of everything.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Anytime, boys. We're at your disposal. Thank you so much.
Later, my brother. Have a great one. Drive safe.
Hell yeah. Thanks, guys.
Listen to Probot on the way.
I will listen to Probot.
It's time for Top Fucking 10.
Yeah.
It's episode 344. And now we're doing a top 10 next week. Then there's going to be a pause on the top 10 because we're not going to be around for a bit. Just heads up. Just heads up to the people.
Yeah, we're gonna let them know.
Just ahead of time.
Yeah.
In case they're waiting for a new top 10. You're just going to be on hold.
We're doing stuff.
Stuff has to happen.
Yeah. Show's not done. Show's still doing stuff.
Yeah, it's still going. The show is still going. I mean, there's going to be a show and it's going to be sick.
It's a machine.
It does not stop. It's a Terminator. It is a Terminator.
It will not. What is your cat looking at? Is my question.
She's hearing things.
You seeing the kid? What are you doing?
Sometimes, cats. They're seeing every little thing. I have no idea. She's chasing nothingness, or she's just probably looking through another dimension or something.
She's eating a bug.
Could be a demon. I don't know.
Oh,
It's a cat.
She's opening up a rift.
She may open up a rift to another dimension. She's
Oh.
she's on something. She's on it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The huntress hunts.
Well, either way, it's the cutest thing.
It's adorable murder. That's the
Murder's
cutest
cute.
murder I've ever seen.
Yeah.
All right, here is your top 10 for episode 344. Coming in at number 10 is Gears with Good Enough. Number 9, still in the charts, Word 66 with Tonight is the Night. Moving up is Lonnie Claire with Flock O Fakes. Reign of Z is number 7 with Reflections. Number 6 is Jack Mystery with Mascara. Number 5, Against the Sun with Undone. They just sent us a new track. We'll probably play that next week. Number 4 is Crying Club. It's a bad day to be a zebra. Number 3 is Kill Cody with So Long. 2 is Bone with Rust. And 1 is P Mad with Sisters. That's your top 10 for episode 344. If you'd like to vote on the top 10, just direct message us at the Tully Dio Show. That's the easiest way to do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just do that. That's what we're doing now. Makes it easier.
And if you really want to be lazy about it, you just go on YouTube. Just leave a comment.
Oh, yeah, that's a good way too.
Super lazy though.
Yeah, you know.
DM us.
Maybe got a lot going on. But you got the DMs right there. It's all at your fingertips these days.
Yeah, it's not hard.
That's a show.
Everyone.
That's the show, episode 344.
Go.
It's in the can. I'm Dio.
Double M.
Yeah, we're the Outlaws of Rock. And we will be back next week with more new rock tracks and some interview and some talk and good times and big beers and cheers, everybody. Get your big beers, drink them up, share with your friends. Share with your friends the good times.
just begun. The lies we tell ourselves, tainted by the evil one. They tell you that it's okay, everybody sins. It's time to take that vow, let the Holy Spirit in. You think it's too late to change and win this fight. It's time to make a choice, my friend, 'cause tonight is the night. Resentment, hate, and revenge are still fresh in your mind.
whispered sighs sow the seeds of resentment. I'll try to save this night. You seem surprised I try so hard to ease the tension. I just don't wanna fight anymore. And every conversation chips away at me. It shouldn't be this hard. Vaccines are coming undone. Two dreams cannot become one. I think that I've had enough. 4 years, that's better than none. But we lost all hope to see if this could change. I can't be a source of constant validation. I could never satisfy. This crossing back and forth is taxing on my patience. So I won't even try. You blame me for giving up. I can only take so much. Vaccines are coming undone. Two dreams cannot become one. I think that I've had enough. 4 years, that's better than none. But we've lost all hope to see if this could change. Vaccines are coming undone. Two dreams cannot become one. I think that I've had enough. 4 years, that's better than none. But we've lost all hope to see if this could change.
The Zebra senses something's wrong. Looks over his back. All he sees is stripes of his old black and white, and a patch of tall grass swaying in the wind. He missed the lioness, obscured by grass he sees too late. When the zebra sees her, it's too late. She jumps out and he's on his back and she's got his neck. In an open field he could have run, if not that thing kicked away. But she was awake, she concealed herself haunted. He never even had a chance. He won't be running now. Throat tripped out inside of her mouth. A ruthless death was foolish. A lesson taught while gnawing on his head.
tall oak trees. She sets herself up, this time amongst the clay. Patience perfected, breath outwaits. This is a tingling now. What is coming can't be the wind, but he looks the wrong way. Opens a blind eye, condemns himself, submits his flesh for taste. Bad day to be a zebra. said we'd cry, cry, cry. You said we'd cry. You said we'd cry. You said we'd cry when we die. When you died, we all came to see what shoes you wear, what shoes you wear. Dreaming dreams of dreams, dreaming dreams of dreams, taken away like an ocean wave. Hold your head up high and be proud. The devils and the demons, the devils and the demons, the devils and the demons will always be there, will always be there. Careful what you wish for, be careful what you wish for. It may not always be fair. You walk amongst the gods, you walk amongst the gods. All I can hear is a sound. All I can hear is a sound. White noise in my head, white noise in my head, spinning around to no end. There is an end and fly away. There is an end and fly away. Dreaming dreams of dreams, dreaming dreams of dreams. You said we cry, you said we cry, you said we cry when you cry. You said we cry when you die. Dreaming dreams of dreams, taken away like an ocean wave, like an ocean wave. Hold your hand up high, be proud. The devils and the demons, the devils and the demons will always be there, will always be there, will always be there.